right, here we go. Don't hold your breath. Episode number 12. Welcome. Multitasking and why it's important to get to the point. Let's get to the point. I've been watching YouTube on high speed, and I don't know if it's because of that or just because I'm a slow talker. I got to get my thoughts together and practice these things maybe before I record. I don't know. Help me. Put your input down in the comments section. Create some action around this little YouTube channel. Action! Wash your own brain. Meditation. Meditation's got to be an accountability add-on. I got to put it onto the accountability chart here, the handy dandy daily accountability chart of DHYB. So we'll go through that in a second. I'm just going to run through this thing real quick. Wash your own brain. I was watching a video from our friend Chase Hughes, and there's a video of his that I've watched a couple of times about goal setting and using brainwashing techniques on yourself. So, God, that word is so charged, right? Brainwashing. Oh my goodness. Meditation is brainwashing. Habit building is brainwashing. Going to the gym is brainwashing. Watching television is brainwashing. Nothing strange or out of the ordinary there. Wash your own brain. The breakdown from our friend Chase Hughes here goes as such. He hit a point, which is that you have an animal brain, which is what you're actually talking to when you do habit building, goal setting, brainwashing type of techniques. And you want to focus on visuals, pain, reward, and fear. Those visceral type of feelings, senses, smells, textures, tastes, even like things that animals are going to respond to, or how you're going to train yourself, because you're at that level, you're an animal and you're training your animal brain. And you have 3 levels to the brain. You have the reticular activating system, which is a network of neurons in the brainstem that plays a key role in regulating the sleep-wake cycle, arousal, your survival instincts. And then you have this mammalian brain center, which is in the middle of the animal brain, which is what he's talking to, which is what you're talking to when you make a vision board or something like that, that's setting your future self up for success by creating an environment that feels like you're in the future. Napoleon Hill talks about this in Think and Grow Rich. Tony Robbins has referenced this many times in a lot of his stuff. I've got Think and Grow Rich right here in front of my face. Imagine that. What a great book. Thank you, Matt Bryce, for introducing me to that book. Great call on that one. Lots of motivational speakers are going to tell you visualization is not just about thinking about something in a cerebral sense. You want to get visceral. You want to feel it. You want to go test drive the car that if you want an Audi, go test drive the Audi. Feel the leather. Feel the way the steering wheel reacts to the road. Get in there and then see if they'll give you a sample of the leather interior, or a paint sample, or something that's from the Audi itself, and put that on your vision board with your stuff and touch it every day and imagine you're driving that car. And that's how you're going to get to those goals faster. Talk to your inner animal. Proactive inner voice is very important. People who repeat negative things and have a negative perspective on things all the time tend to have negative outcomes show up in their lives. Whereas people who have a positive and proactive point of view persistently. I need a pop shield. I need some pop rocks. Very important. Repeat. Repetition is key, actually. That's the last, we'll get to that in a second, but that's one of the key elements in his system. And then the positive proactive inner voice, repeat, and repeat. Discipline is putting the needs of your future self above your momentary desires of the now. So if you can connect all of those things, positive, proactive, inner voice, repeat. So repeatedly, every single day, reminding yourself positive, proactive, persistently repeating that over and over and over again. That discipline that it takes you to remind yourself of that stuff every day forms a habit. Okay, so he goes into 2 key points from here, which are that failures come from neglecting the needs of your future self, And the second one is habit versus discipline. Now, people think of discipline as something that some people have and other people don't have. Some people think of discipline as something that you just always have to go back and re-motivate yourself somehow. But the fact of the matter is discipline and habits are different. Discipline is needed in order to initiate the habit cycle. Once that habit cycle starts to get formed and the neuron pathways in your brains start to carve their little rivers of energy into your brain structure, and you get used to doing it again and again, like driving, you do that without thinking because you've done it so many times. Writing down letters, you've written those letters so many times over so many years that it just becomes a habit. So you can kind of look away from the page and still write to some degree. So habit versus discipline is an important distinction to make, and that you need to use enough discipline to create the habit. And once the habit is established, you have to make sure that nothing gets in the way of disturbing that habitual pattern of behavior. You have to repeat. So he's using a system called FEAR, FEAR, focus, emotional involvement, agitation, and repetition. So again, repetition comes in as one of the critical elements here. And if you study brainwashing, repetition is the tool that is most often used. It's the chef knife in the kitchen that you can just use for everything. It's just general utility. There's a saying, I think in Alinsky's Rules for Radicals, that if you repeat a lie enough times, it becomes the truth, right? So if somebody can fact check me on that and pop it down into the comment section would be great. Let me know where that came from. But the FEAR system is based on focus. So you need to have a goal, and you need to be able to have the subject yourself focus on that goal. And you need to create, so it can't be a goal that you don't want to do. It can't be a goal that you're not driven somehow to do. It has to be a focused goal. If you're brainwashing somebody else, you have to create that focus, and you have to create a desire towards that focus. But on your own, you want to take care of your future self, focus on your future self. You need to have emotional involvement. And so that goes back to the animal brain, the visceral brain, having something to, like I'm working on putting a vision board together, and I want to have some smells associated with that. So I might have a piece of cement and soak it in some old motor oil and just glue it to the board or whatever. And I can just grab that and feel it and smell it at one point every day. That can remind me of what that goal in particular is on a very basic level. When you walk into that space, oh, wow, that's what it smells like. All right, cool. So emotional involvement. Agitation in an aggressive or an offensive brainwashing scenario would be something like a breaking of the ego, shaving their head, humiliation, sleep deprivation, those type of things. We don't necessarily need to go that far, but we need to embrace the suck. You have to be able to embrace discomfort. I think this shirt has something about that. Yeah, anyway, this is from a company it's called Few Will Hunt. Only few will hunt. Got to get out there and hunt, baby. So you've got to embrace that discomfort. You've got to embrace that difficult situation. Ice baths, going to the gym, even when you don't want to. You want to do the yoga when you're just dreading it. Just get up and do it. Breaking habits, that is the agitation element of the fear. So you got focus, emotional involvement, agitation, and then repetition. Focus, emotional involvement, agitation, repetition, until the habit is created. So he's got, and I'm talking like I'm an expert on this or something. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just like, I'm teaching in order to learn, right? So he's got this, I'll put the link in the description here as well. I don't think he will mind that I'm advertising his website. This has a 2019 copyright on it, but there you go. It's a FEAR Goals worksheet. So it's got a space for the goal. It's got a space for the why is that your goal. It's got a due date. It has 5 milestones, so you can break that goal down into manageable chunks. It has the cost of inaction. What happens if you don't achieve this goal? And then he's got the the FEAR, focus, emotion, agitation, and repetition sections on here. What will I do to ensure that my focus is present? What will I do to leverage my emotions? How will I ensure that I disrupt my routine? What will I do to ensure that it is repeated? And then the benefits of attempting it. So you can have a balance of those things on the bottom. So pretty cool little worksheet. We'll try that out. I'll keep you guys posted on that. And then as far as setting those goals, he's got 4 goal categories, and those are the 4 B's, 4 bravos. That's brain, body, business, and behavior. So for the brain, you could write down something like, I want to read one book a month. I want to read this many pages a day, right? The Andy Frisella 75 Hard has 10 pages a day as part of the challenge. So it could be, I want to learn a new language. It could be, I have a skill set that I want to add to my repertoire, anything that has to do with your brain. Then the body, you can't do very much without a body. So it could be like some of mine are the breathing goals, the workout goals. I have a 240 pound weight goal that is a stepping stone goal to get to my 225 final goal. And all of these goals you want to break down into manageable chunks as well and set yourself timelines based on a reasonable timeline of accomplishment. And then you're going to use the fear, focus, emotional involvement, agitation, and repetition to achieve that goal. Behavioral goals would be stuff like journaling. Meditation could be a brain goal as well, but I think it's a behavior goal because it's a consistent habitual behavior that you get up in the morning and meditate every day, or go to bed at night and meditate before bed. I have to decide how I'm going to do it, and before I even consider that I'm going to actually follow through on that kind of thing or put it on my accountability chart. So we'll see how that works out. So speaking of the old accountability chartcito, I was up at 8 a.m. today, weighed in at 245.8, which is a steady 0 gain, 0 loss from yesterday. My breath hold was 204, which is down a minute. My chart on the little app goes up and down like this too, so waves. Workout today. I went over to whatever. No workout today. Fasting was from 12 to 8 p.m. I haven't read any pages yet, but I am planning on reading some pages before I go to bed, which is going to be pretty soon here because I got to go to bed early if I want to wake up early, right? Video journaling is happening now. You are witness to it. And then I'm about to go take a cold shower before I hop into bed and read a couple pages there. So that's the accountability chart. We'll check in with that again tomorrow. Thank y'all for sticking with us. This is the Don't Hold Your Breath podcast. Send us a thumbs up on the little button down at the bottom of the screen over here. Hit the subscribe button. That really helps us out. And hit the notification bell and set it to all notifications so that whenever we come out with a new podcast, if you turn them on or if you open YouTube, it'll tell you, hey, look, this guy came out with a new podcast. And you can keep up with what's going on in the life of me. Thank you all very much for watching. Have a wonderful night.